Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Chainlink's chart. And I believe in the previous video we were right in here, and the idea was that we are having probably a 1 2 3 4 5 wave, which is definitely a bearish sign indicating we may go down and take the lowest slope, but the road on the downside is not going to be straight. No, I said after a 5 wave down, we are usually going to have a move on the upside. So makes sense to say maybe we're going to have like some sort of an ABC. So what happened? We definitely didn't get our move up from here. Instead, we continued this move down a bit more. And now I think we are still able to find a 1 2 3 4 5. But right now, the end of our wave 5 is going to be in here. And for example, yes, this can be maybe like a 1 2 and then 1 2 3 4 5 wave down into wave 3 correction for 4, another move down into wave 5, which on a higher degree, these are the sub waves for this wave 5. Now again, the idea is pretty much the same. It's just the fact that we didn't get our move up from here, and we are just getting it right now. And in the short term, I do believe this move is going to continue a little bit more. Question, is that going to be such a bullish sign? At the moment, nobody can tell you for sure. Why is that? Because for all we know, maybe this is just a simple ABC zigzag, which the subways for it are going to be like this. 5 wave up into A, correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, and yet another 1 2 3 4 5 wave up into RC. Let's go on the live chart now and see what's happening. Maybe it's best to zoom on. Okay, so I'm thinking probably this is a 1, this is a 2, and then 1 2 3 4 5 into wave 3. Probably I would say to around here a triangle into wave 4. If you go on some lower time frames, you can definitely identify the subways for it, and this is our final move up into wave 5, followed by a beautiful clear cut ABC zigzag. And what is happening right now, I think we are probably on our way to have like a 1 2 3 4 5 wave. Who knows, maybe in order to complete the subwaves for, you know it, an ABC zigzag. Now what can be a likely target for this move? Well, first things first, I'm not sure if you like classic patterns, but if you do, you can kind of argue this might be like a head and shoulder structure. And what's the target for this thing? You need to measure the height of your pattern. Let's actually just measure it real quick. But before that, I'm going to mention this in every single video. You need to put your chart on regular scale, okay? There is no measuring targets on logarithmic. And then you need to measure the height of your pattern and put it at your breaking point. This is giving you like a $16.5 to $17 Chainlink, which I do think it's actually possible. Now, my favorite tool, let's measure targets using Fibonacci's. And yes, the importance level is actually right in here, the 78%, which is also around the $16.5 to $17 region. So I think our move up in Chainlink is going to continue a little bit more, but that doesn't really matter. It is kind of predictable. What really matters is this. What are we going to do after this 5 wave up? Are we going to have, for example, a correction, a slow and choppy move down, followed by another move up in order to take this height? Because if we do this, okay, at that point, I can be a bit more optimistic. However, as long as we are not doing this, I think makes sense to expect yet another move down in Chainlink in order to take this low. But I think we may actually go down a bit more and take the lowest low down here as well, about, let's say, $14.5 area. And I want to be very, very clear, that is not going to be a bad sign at all, okay? In Chainlink, I think as long as, number one, we are not taking this low, about $13, and number two, we are not going back under this important level, which the lower band of it is about $14, we are absolutely good to go up, and any kind of move down should be interpreted as a correction structure, indicating after it's over, our uptrend most likely and hopefully is going to continue. So again, let's have a quick conclusion. I think in the short term in Chainlink, this move up might continue a bit, but what happens after that, that is kind of the key. And you need to, for now at least, I believe, just set this one out and watch what is going to happen. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Chainlink. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.